And we are going to welcome all our viewers to tonight's event. It's going to be the New York Grand Prix in the R2R Turbo Grand Prix Series, presenting our opening right through our great overlays provided to us by Puffer Zone Network. Slow, live on Fireball Talks NASCAR. As I said before, the Road to Revolution New York Grand Prix. It's at Watkins Glen. It's round 3 of 10 in the series. We are now focusing on the number 56 driver, Connor Melia. He's leading the charts right now with a 106.405. That's going to be the fastest lap by 2/10 in the session, which currently has 7 drivers, 4 minutes until qualifying begins. And Chris Preston, our point leader, is second on the charts. We're going to be loading up our points at the moment. As you can see, it's going to be Chris Preston with 2 victories over Kylo Ciacelli, then Wes A. Shire, Simon Fell, Aaron Stillwell, James Watson, Jason Fryer, Hayden Robinette, Connor Melia, Nagisa Yoshikawa, Marion McDaniels, Noah Tansman, Ethan Oring, and in last position in our standing, it's going to be Tony Patty with 9 points. The gap between first and last at the moment is just over 50-odd points, as we are watching on board with the 56 right now, going through these curves, taking the curbs aggressively, entry and exit, almost into the blue barriers there, going under the goal bowling tunnel, and off for another lap, 3 minutes remaining in this session. Going through the 90-degree turn, a turn which I've been near myself, and right onto the red curves aggressively with this newly scanned track on the iRacing service. Going through the S's now with the blue Armco barriers beside the car, and it looks like that's the end of the run for the number 56 who's leading the charts. Going on board with Chris Preston in his machine, the number 27 with the 69 just behind him in the timing sheet, but Kylo Ciacelli, his teammate, right there on his tail. Looks like they're getting some drafting done. These two teammates leading the standings at the moment, so working together is going to be what they need to do, as Chris Preston topped the charts by 2/100ths of a second. That is a close margin, and it's going to get him the speed he needs to climb up to the top. Of course, the draft helping him there. Not sure if Melia's fastest lap came under the slipstream. That's something I was not paying attention to, unfortunately, but at the moment we're seeing some very fast laps out of these two drivers. As we have 4 concurrent viewers watching as the race is just about to begin, we thank you for the support. With only 2 minutes left to qualifying, and we're going to be seeing some really good racing. These guys have been oh so close so far this season. I think they're going to get even closer at this race. You can see Ciacelli right now is on the chase, trying to get Chris Preston back. Maybe they're just going to work together through these straightaways, trying to get faster and faster laps. A 1-2 for this team is going to be very good, as Connor Melia is not with them. And coming off another time, it's going to be the 9th lap completed for Ciacelli, and then Chris Preston's 11th lap completed. That's going to be a 107.028, replaced with a 107.017 on the timing charts. Ciacelli is 3rd in the standings, just 2/10ths back on Preston and Melia, and they're going side by side right now. Not going to be a fastest lap attempt, I am assuming, but you never know with these cars. Not a lot of power compared to Formula One machines, but of course very quick when it counts. It's a 3-car pack right now, and it looks like it's either Hayden Robinette not in this, so it's going to be Simon Fell. We had a 3rd car with him. It looks like it's going to be Nagisa Yoshikawa. A lot of cars in the purple and black scheme, and the number 98 is with these top 2 in the standings. As we ride on board, you can see up to 6th gear, then going down to 4th through these final 2 corners, gets up to 5th, then get a downshift again for this turn, hits the curves, very aggressive on entry and exit, then using the slipstream to get down to the 90-degree corner, going downhill for this front stretch run. Not using the curves as aggressively as the 2 drivers in front of him, as Ciacelli still not able to get a fastest lap attempt done. It's going to be the first lap for Yoshikawa, the only driver right now to have multiple laps under their belt. And the slipstream going to come in handy right here. The DRS zone for a Formula One machine using this track on the iRacing service. They haven't driven here in Formula One for decades now, as it's going to be, a spin. Very aggressive there. Not going to work out on the perspective of Kylo Ciacelli trying to chase down Chris Preston as it is all over in practice right now. It's going to be Preston over Melia, over Ciacelli, over Robinette, Fryer, McDaniels, Fell, and Yoshikawa with no lap completed. That's going to be the end of our practice session. We're moving on to qualifying right now. And it's going to be 10 minutes of qualifying for these drivers. And we're going to be watching the action live, your screen to mine. And it's going to be, the driver we're going to be focusing on is Chris Preston, who is leading the points at the moment. Trying to go for pole with the Cooper tires on his Pro Mazda machine. These are Formula PM18s, built in 2018 originally, of course, but now being driven 4 years later. It's going to be fun to see how they stack up in this qualifying session. It looks like it's going to be Nagisa Yoshikawa already on the chase. And so is Simon Fell. We're going to be watching on board with Fell. Not seen a lot of him on the broadcast so far. If you do enjoy the content you're seeing so far, be sure to like, subscribe, all the support. Greatly appreciated. We can see the view numbers are going up as we speak. That's good to see. The first lap with Simon Fell, number 256. Let's see what he can do. It's going to be 6 in current viewers right now. Ethan Stanley saying, should have joined for this SMH. Honestly, dude, that you showed up with the content right now. Discord is in the description. Not sure if the league invite is there, but we'd be happy to see you. I'm pretty sure you'd be in a really good contending spot with these guys. You've been dominant at road course in the IRA series. Got victories just about everywhere. You got the victory, of course, at Oram Park, I believe. Long Beach in the Pro 4s. We'd love to have you here, man. So just show up if you want. We've got the information in the description. So that goes for every single person. And Ethan Stanley, we appreciate your support as a viewer as well as a driver in series that we broadcast. Simon Fell going through the S's right now. We're going to be watching, not on board for the remainder of this lap, as the Ukraine sticker machine is going through the DRS zone as we speak. And taking the curbs pretty aggressively, not as aggressively as what we saw with Yoshikawa. That was a big incident there. Fortunately, not a lot of damage. The tires were shot, and we can see right now on board going to the final 2 turns. Aggressive as can be, not getting on the curbs there, but still using a lot of the track, going very wide there, almost in the grass. And the lap is going to conclude with a lot of skating on these curbs. The red and yellow curbs newly added to iRacing within the past few months, and the first lap for the 256 is going to be, as it stands, a 107.693, which is quite a ways off of Melia, Connor Melia, who is 0.8 of a second on the pole from Fell. And it's going to be Jason Fryer making his way along with the driveline. SimSport number 53 coming to the line now. Let's see what that lap time is going to be. It's going to be a 108.119. Of course, 1 lap remaining in the near future. I think these guys actually have unlimited time. That's going to be an invalidated lap. Mary McDaniels to second with a 0.6 off lap. That's going to be a 107.472. We're going to be checking with Hayden Robinette, who is finishing his lap right now. The 69 coming to the line. That's going to be a 106.921. Good lap there. Is he just going to try to reset and get another lap done with fresh tires? I think that's the goal. Robinette very quick through that lap. And let's see what's going on with Chris Preston, who goes 3rd on the board. That's going to be 0.66 behind Melia. As it looks like he can't pick up any car for some reason. That might be an issue on my end. See what's going on, but none of the cars are loading on my screen. Oh, there we go. We got Chris Preston back going through the S's right now into the DRS zone. It's going to be Melia, then Robinette, then Preston, then McDaniels, then Fell. Fell now a second and then some on. Ethan Stanley says requested to join, but probably won't be in for this race. And we're going to be telling the league director, which is Tony Patty. We saw him on our standings. I'm going to be asking him about that. And we'll see where that goes, Ethan. I'll let you know how that goes down, as we're going to be watching with Chris Preston right now, finishing his lap. I've contacted the lead director, Ethan, and that's going to be a lap that's only just under 4/10 off. That was a 106.917 as Kylo Ciacelli yet to make a lap. As a few of these drivers have not either. It's actually only 2 laps, so it's not unlimited time. Nagisa Yoshikawa coming to the line right now. This is going to be the final attempt that's going to be accepted, and it's going to be for the number 98. At 107.040. That's going to be 4th on the charts, just about a half second off the leader. Kylo Ciacelli out right now, trying to get a lap done. Nothing on the charts so far. Vanity Fair saying admin is doing his taxes. See. I'm going to take that as a serious thing. We're not getting a response at the moment, so it looks like Ethan Stanley not going to be able to show up for this event. Was not aware of that myself. It looks like we have an issue following along with Kylo Ciacelli. And right through the curbs. Look at how aggressive the 93 takes it. And you can see that Preston was emulating that effect when they were both running together. So we can see that they are teammates running very similar styles, really pouncing on every single piece of the track. So good to see that these drivers are pushing it to the limit. Coming down for the final few turns, 3 minutes and 44 seconds as we're going to be watching Ciacelli for the remainder of them. Undivided attention for this qualifying run coming through. Wow, look at how close it was to the blue walls right there. Lap number 1, and it's going to be 107.072. That's going to be 5th on the charts, only a half second off the pole, but a half second to gain is going to be a lot through Watkins Glen, just off the Finger Lakes of New York, upstate in the nation of the United States of America. Our second trip here in the series. Number 93, very aggressive right there. Very aggressive indeed. Going through the DRS zone once more. Let's see what he can do here. And you can see the handwork there. Very slight. Just wants to make sure every nudge is perfect. Almost into the grass there using the curbs. Very slight movements. Not very long ones, but very short ones instead. Going through the NASCAR configuration of this circuit. 5th gear. And then up to 6th gear. But no, choosing not to upshift until very late, then breaking down into 4th gear, heavy on the curbs, not using a lot this time by in comparison to the first lap, then down to 3rd gear, onto the curbs, a little bit of a misdirection there when it came to the shifting, and 5th gear at the line. It's going to be not pole position, but it's going to be even with Yoshikawa's time, 0.49 off pole, 2nd and 3rd even, 4th and 5th even as well, and it looks like that's it for qualifying. I think Kylo Ciacelli is going to be keeping his lap runnings up, just trying to get used to the tires on a single car run. And as he does so, we're going to be bringing to you our starting grid for today's event at Watkins Glen. The starting grid as it stands is going to be Hayden Robinette, then Chris Preston at 106.9 and 106.91. That actually isn't correct. For some reason, 3rd always shows up first. It's going to be Connor Melia with a 106.5, leading Chris Preston's 106.91. And then it's going to be Hayden Robinette and Kylo Ciacelli, 3rd and 4th. That's going to be Nagisa Yoshikawa in 5th and Jason Fryer in 6th. And rounding out the field, it's going to be Marion McDaniels and Simon Fell, the last row in our qualifying session. And that's going to be it for our qualifying. With only a few minutes left to the race, I presume we're going to be seeing a skip very shortly. Not sure, 9 concurrent viewers. Anyone know a good open setup F4 league from Race First? Now, honestly, not sure. I am not really into open wheel racing myself. But of course, we got a lot of drivers who show up in these chat rooms from time to time. So if you ever see them around, they might be able to recommend you something. We appreciate you asking about here, and I would hope that I have an answer. But in this situation, I don't. 8 concurrent viewers watching as we're going to get to the racing very, very soon. 35 seconds until our session closes. And we're going to race day from New York, and it's going to be a fun one. Watkins Glen, always a great track, always very exciting. And as for me, it's one of my personal favorites. I hope we see some good stuff, and I think we will. As you can see, the safety trucks on the track Revolution Indy League has one eye here, says Vanity Fair in chat as the conversation is still going on. The race not even started. 5 seconds remaining until the qualifying session concludes. And we're going to be in for, once again, a very fun one. Race session is on. We're going to be gridding right now. Let's see which driver gets to the point first. It's going to be Chris Preston, according to our screening. And then the rest of the field is going to be lining up as well. We're going to get a good angle for this launch. It's going to be a fun one to watch. As we look at the back of the pack, we're even getting some drivers loading up there. Only 3 drivers, now 2, have not gridded. It's going to be Kylo Ciacelli and Nagisa Yoshikawa. And when they grid, we're going to get a standing start, and it's going to be a great one to watch. 8 drivers showing up here for today's event. Nagisa, the only one now not in the grid. And when Nagisa shows up, we're going to see some great racing. 56, 53 on the not front row, but they're both in the race. It's going to be the 56 and 27 on the front row. And then the 69 and 93 teammates on the outside line. Shades of Ferrari and Red Bull. And we're going to be getting green flag. Not now. It looks like it's actually not going to be a standing start. That was my mistake. 1 lap of pacing. And it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers are going to warm up their tires. We can see our pole sitter already swerving about. Preston doing that, but not to the mount. As we go on board with Connor Melia. As we watch the tire warming strategy on that machine. You can see this is a banked curve, not as much as a typical oval, but it is very much noticeably banked. These tracks are far more noticeably banked in real life, but iRacing lasers scanning the tracks, and the Porsche safety car is going to lead all these drivers to the green as it has many times before. 9 concurrent viewers watching. The race is just going to get started. We appreciate the support thoroughly. If you do, of course, enjoy the content that you see in this stream, be sure to like, subscribe, all of the support. Greatly appreciated. Always is appreciated. I hope to see you sometime soon. The next few streams, there's going to be a lot more from this series. 7 races remaining, actually including this one. And the championship battle is just heating up. We're going to be going next to a few tracks outside of the U.S., and those are going to include, and this is not the whole list, but the next 3 races are going to be Interlagos, Brands Hatch, and Imola. All great tracks, and they're all going to provide great racing. But right now, we got to focus on the track in New York. A great one for all sorts of racing. And it's going to be Watkins Glen, the pace car, the Porsche machine right there. You can see on the screen. On the curbs. And we're going to be waiting to see when it drops off. It's going to be this lap by, of course. But all or not, if these drivers mess up, I don't think we're going to get a caution. We haven't seen many cautions in this series so far. And of course, Melia beating Chris Preston, Hayden, Robinette, and Kylo Ciacelli. That's our fast 4 in qualifying. You can see the sun beaming down on these drivers. And the fun is just getting started. 8 drivers here to try their luck in the Big Apple. Safety car pulls off, and we're going to be seeing some green flag racing. Barney the flagman right there, and the green flag is off. We are racing from Watkins Glen, and on the field is a bunch jump. Let's see if they stay that way. 3 wide right now going into the first turn. Someone's going to have to give 4 wide right there. And the leader of it all, as it comes out, is going to be Chris Preston over Hayden Robinette, Kylo Ciacelli. And then it's going to be the biggest loser of it. It's going to be Yoshikawa there in 5th. Whoa, a little bit of a wiggle there. And all the drivers are getting bunched up. It looks like the 93 and 27 have both found their way to the front. Expert driving there. And look at that. All these cars flying about, not too far off one another. Simon fell the furthest apart. Whoa, big curb jump there. No incident through the curbs. And Chris Preston locks it up. That's our championship contender. I take back my word about no incident. Big hurdle to climb over early on into this race. Gonna have to use the slipstream, trying to get back into the contention for a podium position. Gonna outbrake here? Maybe. Let's see. Very aggressive there. Gonna use the curbs all the way. That is the racing surface, of course, but not gonna get it done there. Looks like it's gonna be Connor Melia, our pole sitter, falling back as well. who's going to take the position there. It's going to be Kylo Ciacelli, then Nagisa Yoshikawa. Not a lot of practice, still making it work right now. And then Hayden Robinette, Connor Melia, and then Chris Preston got to regroup, reorganize, refocus. Not a good start to today's event. At race for a second, that would have been great if they had a standing start with a pace car sitting on track. Having to dodge it would be fun. Of course, iRacing not usually having a pace car with collidable physics. And lap 2 of, that's an interesting number there. That's not correct, actually, just going off the time. So we're going to be closing our lap counter down for the time being. Trying to get it to reset. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. But it's going to be, of course, Kylo Ciacelli leading the pack right now. And there's only about a half hour of racing remaining, 27:53. Lap 2 of 24. Estimation, of course, Hayden Robinette in second, falling back big time. Then Connor Melia, then Nagisa Yoshikawa, then Chris Preston. And this is the battle that we wanted to see. Very close racing. Look at that, a pass being made on Connor Melia. Check the telemetry. Getting up to 8,000, now 9,000 there, shifting, then going into gear, 130 miles an hour, right through this section, getting up to 140, got the slipstream, the biggest advantage. You're going to be able to pull off on Robinette, the driveline, Sim Sport number 69. Going to have a move made on him going through the curves, got to be aggressive here to get a pass done. 11 concurrent viewers, appreciate the support thoroughly. We love to see all the viewers watching these races. Driving it in aggressive there. Connor Melia is going to get the spot back. Started in first, now in second. And as you can see, a long way ahead. It's going to be that number 93 of Kylo Ciacelli. Clean track behind and a clean track in front. The perfect thing for a driver to see. Coming off to the third lap's conclusion right now. Closest battle at the moment looks to be with Marion McDaniels and Nagisa Yoshikawa, Chris Preston as well. This is going to be a very bad race for Chris Preston's championship hunt if it stays the way it has. And wow, dive bomb there by Marion. Going to get it done, but only just. Side-by-side action in the back of the pack as well as the middle. Chris Preston going to make a move on that 69 of Hayden Robinette. That's going to be for third, trying to get up to second as well. It looks like it's going to be not a team effort as Kylo Ciacelli already leading the pack. But right now, Chris Preston is hot on the heels of that pole sitter, trying to make something. Oh no! That's very wide, very aggressive. Just as things looked like they were going up, that's going to be Chris Preston in the back of the pack, short of Jason Fryer. Wow, what happened with him? Trying to get a read on what happened with this number 53 machine, and it doesn't look like much at the moment, but certainly incidents occurred in the back of this field. Oh, just a spin, and that's unfortunate. But Chris Preston down to 7th, going to be even further of a mountain to climb. It's Kylo Ciacelli leading the way. It's going to be very good for Ciacelli's championship contention. Going to get him the lead of the points, no matter what happens at this rate. Doesn't look like Preston's going to get anywhere without a caution. As Melia, now with no pressure from Robinette McDaniels, Yoshikawa, Simon Fell, and look at that Chris Preston all the way back here. 10 concurrent viewers as you watch the racing heating up. Hope you all enjoy the content. If you do, like, subscribe, everything is greatly appreciated. We'll get to see you for future events on this channel. Chris Preston pushing his luck on this chicane. Not really getting any luck out of it so far, but that's just how it's been. As the leaders are spread out, you can see that it's going to be Nagisa Yoshikawa and Marion McDaniels in the closest battle, going on board with Marion McDaniels. We'll see what's going on. Oh, almost into the wall there. That's going to be a lot of time lost. Maybe Simon Fell is going to make a move. And that Ukraine sticker machine on the driveline, Sim Sport number 11. But nothing's going to happen at the moment. Look at that Chris Preston trying to get all these positions a lot quicker than Feld. Let's see if we can do anything on this S's. I would be in the slipstream if I were him, but of course trying to set up the pass on both Fell and Marion McDaniels. So it's going to be a 2-for-1 if all goes well. I wouldn't push it through this bus stop though. Oh, just as I said, don't push it. Oh no, that's race over. At least for any contention. Oh, that's just not what we want to see. Bacloon in chat saying hello, we appreciate your support. You just came in at the worst time for the driver of that number 27, an instant replay. Is he hunting the pack down? Not getting anything of it at first, but then it just becomes far too much aggression. And oh no. Destroyed. That's Chris Preston's race. Oh, that's from first in the championship to no front wing and hardly out there. Yikes. Whoa, we got a spin. It's Chris Preston. Or no, it's not Chris Preston. It's Jason Fryer right in front of Chris Preston. That could have been danger. These two not having good races. And look at that Melia on the heels of that 93, not the 27, but the 93 is going to want to defend hard. This is the championship lead at stake. And look at that 93, very smooth on that bus stop, not what the 27 was doing, trying to get all of the position possible. But Melia not able to make much done there. And Dawson saying, Kylo, more like my hero. How about that? We got some fans in chat of these drivers. And of course, I think they appreciate the support as much as anyone. Watch with Melia's telemetry, though. It's not going to be Kylo CSLI behind him, but in front of him. Let's see what he can do. 9 concurrent viewers and 4 likes. Appreciate the support thoroughly, and we hope to see you back for future broadcasts. And now it looks like the gap for the lead is extending, but only slightly. A lot of these drivers separated by seconds, but it's going to be Marion McDaniels and Simon Feld having a very aggressive battle, almost interrupted by Chris Preston's spin. But that's all for naught right now. We'll check if anything can be done by the 256. No slipstream, not going to help. Backs out of it. The 256 doesn't. Whoa, a bit of a hop there. And almost into the grass. Not a very good situation for that driver, the 256. Finish it, Kylo, let's go, says Jared La Sala. And it looks like we got a lot of Kylo CSLI fans in chat. He's about 0.2 of a second ahead of Connor Melia at the moment, checking both of their telemetry. You can see they're going at this section at about 110 miles an hour. And Hayden Robinette giving no pressure to these leaders. The whine of these engines can be heard from every camera. Of course, not as loud as a car like a stock car in the NASCAR series. But lap 9 of an estimated 27, they're still roaring as hard as they can. 93 in full focus, though, as he's leading the event over Connor. Less than 0.2 of a second. Going to be less than 1/10 of a second. It's going to be Melia who pulls out. Let's see what can be done here. Maybe something. Nobody's backing out. Side by side, and whoa! What was that? That looked like a bit of netcode that we're going to be going back on our cameras. Not good for Connor Melia. Yikes. And going back a little further, gets on the curb. And maybe contact, maybe netcode. I'm going to check on the chase cameras. I know they're not like a broadcast would usually be, but I'm confused as much as you are. That doesn't look like contact. Oh, netcode. The worst fate possible for a driver is to have netcode. And wow, big incident for Connor Melia falling down the pack. Hayden Robinette now in second. Maybe CSLI has damage. Melia now in 6th. Chris Preston in last. Jason Fryer in 7th. Melia is going to be losing a lot of time. Might fall back to both of these drivers. Maybe a little bit of a saving grace for the 27 as his teammate leads the way. And now Nagisa Yoshikawa on the heels of the 69. This is a treacherous zone. I don't know if Yoshikawa's aware of it. And that's going to be a back out by the 69. And that's going to be a pass for second position. The podium as it stands to 93, the 98, and the 69. Of course, all very good drivers, but it's going to be CSLI running away. And as these two are going to continue battling the closest on the track, we got 3 drivers about 30 seconds off the lead. These guys are only about 4 seconds, so they're the closest, and they have the slipstream on one another, may be able to work together and get something done. And it's going to be Yoshikawa leading, Robinette not pulling out of line. These purple and black machines are all helping each other out. Mary McDaniel's now in 4th. We watch on board with Hayden Robinette, a winner in the EIEC multiple times over in the GT class. He's been holding his own in the single-seaters, getting better and better each time, trying to go for second right now, or maybe not, going to back out and make sure that Nagisa takes it more aggressive. Let's see what happens there. Looks like that was exactly the scenario. Oh, just a little bit more on the inside compared to that 98. Might be an advantage coming off the exit. Maybe, maybe not. Lap 11 of 27. Right now you can see the leader, just a blip on these guys' displays. But it doesn't matter. Right now the fight for second is on, and it is intense. Whoa, Yoshikawa. Very close there. It's going to be Robinette now making a charge up to the second position. Just got to swoop to the outside on the 90-degree turn. And he backs out, surprisingly. Had a huge run there, but I guess he's got a lot of time to make it happen. Just going to wait on the right opportunity to be able to pounce on this number 98, just leading him around the track. As we look from the left front suspension of these cars, you can see the movement up and down, not as noticeable as it is on the track as it is on the curbs, as there's a big movement there. But these tires holding their own. No difference in compounds for these drivers. They work with what they got, and that's how it is. Lap 12 of 27. And if we look to another battle, it's going to be Simon Fell and Marion McDaniels close to one another, but Fell not able to make much of it at the moment. Jason Fryer back here. Chris Preston fading. Surely it's not going to be a good race for him. Last in the charts, as his teammate is the leader by far. Yoshikawa going to make a big time through there. Might actually be able to make a few tenths. It was a 4.3 last time through this sector. Now only a 4.1, but even slipping now. So it looks like there might actually be time lost through this sector that Yoshikawa is not able to make up. But throughout the remainder of the lap, might even be quicker than our dominating leader so far. And as you can see, Kylo Ciacelli leading by almost 5 seconds. A lot of Ciacelli fans in chat. 8 concurrent viewers, 4 likes. We appreciate the support dearly and hope to see you more often. Sliding through that turn and into the final section of the track. The sunlight glimmering on these machines. And look at that, a little bit of wide action there in the battle for second and third. These two drivers are almost glued to one another and their back bumpers. But right now, a half-second distance for the battle in second. And if we run through the field, we're going to see that last is Chris Preston, 7th Jason Fryer, then Connor Melia, Simon Fell in 5th, and Marion McDaniels in 4th. And in the battle just in front of him, it's Nagisa Yoshikawa chasing down that 69 car of Hayden Robinette, then Kylo Ciacelli leading far and away. This battle has been the one to watch, and especially from the onboard perspective. Let's take a lap with these drivers and see how they're doing it. Ethan Stanley says we're Yoshikawa fans in this household. And it looks like we got a totally different group there. 2 drivers on the podium got the most fans in the chat tonight. Yoshikawa fighting for second position like anything, as Robinette is now 3.7 back, might even be able to make a gain. Lap 14 out of an estimated 27 on this track. As you can see, the visors on these machines are getting less clear as each lap goes by. Going through the S's right now, Yoshikawa's got a major run, maybe not going to do anything as Robinette's been holding off himself. Let's see what happens to the outside. No reluctance as Robinette's going to slow down even. That's Yoshikawa to second position. And Robinette back on it. Looks like he knew what he was going to do there. This battle is just about even as they're gaining both on CSLE. Started third, currently third for Robinette in that 69 Driveline Sim Sport machine. Fighting it out for this podium position. It's been intense and it's been a great battle to watch. 7 concurrent viewers. If you enjoy the content, like, subscribe. The work's always appreciated on this channel. This battle heating up more and more as the viewers continue to watch. Going through the S's once more. Let's see what Robinette chooses to do with the run he is eventually going to have. Through the DRS zone, slipping through, lets off, not going to make a pass this time by. And these two are only 3.5 seconds off the leader. Whoa, Yoshikawa very wide there. Watching on board with Nagisa Yoshikawa in second, started in fifth. 3 positions gained. That's a very good race for him right now. Lap 16 of 27. Whoa, very wide there. These two are using all the track that they can. And they're fighting as hard as ever. And whoa, very wide once more for that 98. That's going to be another bit of trouble. Using the barriers harder than Hayden Robinette has been doing. And they might be allowing Robinette in that 69 to make a move. Let's see if that's going to happen this time by. Going for the slipstream one more time. Holding his own. Not going to make any difference. And as we can see now, just about 4 seconds off after a not-so-great lap. Chris Preston, 38 seconds off himself. The field spread out after the leader by 35 seconds. And as you can see, a lot of drivers on the same straightaway. Simon fell from last to 5th. Very good run for him in that 256 machine. Might be able to get a few more as Mary McDaniel is just in front of him. And so are Hayden Robinette and Nagisa Yoshikawa tucked into one another at the moment. As they fly through the section once more, the S's going for even more performance with that slipstream, trying to catch up to the leader, CSLE, who has shown no mercy for any driver trying to compete within the net code, of course. And Chris Preston absolutely destroying himself, trying to fight for that lead. These two coming up, though, smooth. And whoa, a little bit of a hop there. Maybe I should take my words back on that, but they are very quick in their 10th after 10th clawing on this leader. And the range for the slipstream is about a second or so, so they only have about 2 seconds to claw till they're really in crunch time. 9 laps to go, 18 of 27. It's going to be 19 to 27. As these drivers come by the start-finish line once more, going through the Go Bowling Tunnel as the sun is glimmering on these machines. Fastest laps of these events have all been the 106. Every driver with a 106, with the fastest lap is by Nagisa Yoshikawa with a 106.546. And he's being chased by Hayden Robinette, who just got a 106.582. They're awfully close, and now only 3 seconds behind the leader. They might be able to make it a 3-man fight going down to the final few laps. Crunch time is in effect. 9 minutes of racing left to go. I think it's going to be a good show. Backing off right there. They're still trying to get quick exits here. This is the most time they make up. Almost less than 3 seconds. It might be if they just get a good lap completed. 2.98 for Yoshikawa, fighting hard to get back to CSLE. And maybe at this point, Kylo will be a little bit worried that the drivers in front of him are getting awfully close. And look at that, a little bit of width used by Yoshikawa, but 2.7 seconds. These two guys are clawing like hell. And I think they're going to be able to make it. It's going to be double 106s for these drivers, that's for sure. A 106.6 compared to a 107.2. Wow, these guys are less than 2 seconds away by the end of this lap at the same pace that they've been doing so far. 16 current viewers, I think you've got to admit it's a very good support. Out here tonight, we had a high of 11. So if you do support the content, be sure to like, subscribe, the works, every piece of support. Greatly appreciated, and I love to see all the new faces in our chat room tonight. Appreciate every single one of you. The lead battle is going to heat up as these guys are just about 2.5 seconds off the leader. Wow, very wide there, but still gaining some time. And it's all about fighting for position right now. 2.3 off the leader, these two drivers are, and they're closer and closer as lap 20 has just hit its conclusion as CSLE coming across the line just about now, final turn, and these guys are on him. It's going to be a 106.9 for CSLE and a 106.5 for Yoshikawa. Almost his fastest lap there. And these guys are getting closer and closer to each other's pace. That once blip on his display is now just about a car from his perspective. Yoshikawa trying to get the draft off that 93. The battle of the 90s cars, the 93 and 98, as the 69 is in tow. This is a crucial moment for all the drivers. It's going to be CSLE getting through it all right, but Yoshikawa, wow, pushing it right there. Might be able to get a 10th or two when this turn is completed. It's down to the 2.2. These drivers getting closer and closer to each other's pace. 2.1 might be possible as the gap as the final few turns concluding. A left-hander. Then coming back to the start finish line is going to be a right-hander going to lap 22 of 27 estimated. This time by, it looks like CSLE was actually a little quicker by about a 1/10 of a second. Not good news with only a few laps remaining, but just got to keep pushing for that 98 to make some time. And right now you can focus on the leader who's got these two drivers hard on his heels, trying to make the most of it. Maybe the tires worn off on that 98 car. CSLE just has to not make a mistake, has to block these guys for a living. Maybe we'll be able to get out as the winner of tonight's event. Shoots it a little wide there, not going to be much of an impact. 2.2 off is the pace of the leader to second position. And third in tow, Hayden Robinette waiting for the perfect opportunity to get second. But of course, Yoshikawa trying to push for first. Almost less than 2 seconds right now. Not a very good section for that CSLE machine. And it's going to be 2.27 or so, defining these top two's difference to one another. And that was a 206.975 versus a 106.805. Both 1 minute laps, not 2 minute laps. My apologies there. But these guys are close on time. Not sure if it's going to be Yoshikawa's doing if he can get up to the lead. Looking at the gearbox cam, the drivers are getting closer and closer each time by. CSLE just has to not make the same mistake as Chris Preston, which is not impossible to avoid. As it's going to be 2.1, less than 2 seconds for the first time right now. Very bad exit there for that 93 machine. 2 flat seconds divide these top two cars. It's getting closer and closer. 24 of 27. 4 minutes of racing remain. It's got to be crunch time for all these drivers. Another 10th knocked off of CSLE, Nagisa Yoshikawa, knocking them off one at a time. The slipstream is going to help him if he can get up there. Less than 2 seconds now, trying to get into that slipstream is the goal for Yoshikawa. And if he does make it, it's going to be a fight to the finish. We're hoping we get entirely. 3 cars battling right now, trying to get up into the lead positions. And I think they all got a fair shot. Not a great section right there for either of these drivers. Very wide for Yoshikawa. That's going to lose a half second. And Chris Preston is in 7th. Now, Jason Fryer has left the session. Hayden Robinette in 2nd. Wow, that might be the battle for the lead over. Now Ciacelli leads it by 3 seconds with 3 minutes remaining. That charge was amazing. But maybe all for naught. That's not good for this battle in the lead. 3 minutes remaining. Lap 25 of 27. These drivers are pushing it like ever. And with only 2.5 seconds separating Robinette, who's now on the pusher. He's gotten a half second back so far. He's really going to try to drive it all the way out. He's been saving his tires, biding his time. It's Robinette time, boys and girls watching this broadcast and whoever else. We love the support, and we have right now 4 concurrent viewers. The racing is getting very heated. These 2 drivers going for it, and it looks like it's going to be Yoshikawa trying to make a move. It's going to be Robinette and Yoshikawa, and Robinette trying to use all he has remaining. Right now, 2.5 seconds separate the top 2 drivers. Lap 25 of 27 is going to be concluded as 93 car of Ciacelli going through the final few sectors. Two minutes of racing remaining. Not a lot left for these drivers. It's going to be fun to see what Robinette can do. 2.4 off. He's clawed off almost the entire distance he lost due to the issue with Nagisa Yoshikawa. So it's going to be fun to see whether or not he can get back up there. He's on the aggressive path. That was about a 4/10 deficit from Ciacelli's lap to Robinette. So this is clearly the quickest driver on the track. No holding punches right now. That's the goal for this 69 car. Trying to make every 10th count. 2.3 off the leader. And with only 2 laps remaining, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it. Wow, really quick there. Using everything possible to curve all the way through. And just gaining a few tenths right there. 2.4 seconds separate these top 2 drivers, and it's only going to be lap 27 left, and the ticker's not going to show you it until I believe the white flag lap is going to come out. Mikhailo Ciacelli, last lap of this race, and 2.3 separate the top 2 drivers. How about that? White flag out on your screen, and we're going to see a battle for the ages if Hayden Robinette can make anything of this number 93. On board with Ciacelli, you can see he started in 4th but got up to 1st in an amazing first lap series of events. It's going to be great for his championship hunt. I think he's actually going to be 1st in points after this one. And side by side for 2nd, Robinette and Yoshikawa. Nobody's going to give. That's the final section you can even pass someone on. And it looks like Robinette's going to get it. And now, coming through the final 2 turns, the left-hander, and now the right-hander next. Swerving about the track right now. At this point, he's got the win locked up if he doesn't make a mistake. Final turn, and here he comes across the line. It's going to be the 93, your new points leader, Kylo Ciacelli. First win in the TGPX Series, brought to you by Road to Revolution in the New York Grand Prix. Great stuff. And it's going to be Hayden Robinette 2nd, then Yoshikawa, then Fell in 4th, McDaniels in 5th, Melia, Preston, and then Jason Fryer in last position. Good stuff there. We're going to be watching as Ciacelli tries to get back to the front straightaway to burn it down as he should. Our winner in tonight's event. And as you can see, Kylo Ciacelli has made his way back to the front straightaway, and Dawson Weigel, Kylo did in fact close it out. 6 concurrent viewers. If you do enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe. Kylo, Jared says in track, and Ciacelli going to burn it down. Let's watch this. That 93 went through a lot of stuff to get this victory done, and it was a deserved victory. An amazing work by that number 93 to win the New York Grand Prix. He did it in amazing style, and he's the last driver on the track. Kylo Ciacelli is, in fact, we're going to try to get some interviews with these drivers, and I'll let them know. We're going to be contacting all the drivers, and it looks like Ciacelli already in. Going to be pinging the remainder of the podium to make sure that they can get an interview. Interview stop by, and we're going to be bringing in the number 93, Kylo Ciacelli. You're deafened at the moment. You can't hear me. We're going to see. Oh, there you go. Number 93, you won the race, and now I believe you're our points leader. How do you feel?
Oh, that was a race for sure. Super happy with the win. That's, I think, my first road course win of this entire year on anything iRacing. So to get it in a league race is always nice. Sucks for Chris. I don't know what happened to him. I'm gonna have to go look and see what happened to him. But bad day for him. But great day for me. And like you said, I'm in the lead of this championship now. I don't know what to do with my hands, if I'm honest.
Right about that. Well, Chris Preston, who I believe is your teammate, had a few issues through the chicane, and that's what caused him to fall off contention. But you were not able to make the same mistake, and you had a few drivers chasing you down at the end of it. How was that, seeing all those drivers in your rearview mirror?
Yeah, Nagisa and Hayden, I think it was, both of them were closing me down a little bit. They were playing a little draft game, passing each other on the backstretch, gaining a couple tenths every lap on me. I wouldn't say I was slow. I was being consistent to make sure I finished the race. I have a history of throwing away a win. Check last week at Road America for an example of that. So yeah, just focusing on myself, and glad to see those guys catching up to me. Means we got some good competition here, and looking forward to next week now.
Right about that. Next week, we are going to be going to certainly a different track. Going to pull up the information. It's going to be Interlagos. Do you think you got a shot there?
Interlagos. That's a tricky one, especially in this car, and we haven't run it with the default iRacing setup before. We've done it in the open sets with the strength of field races on Thursday nights, and that didn't go too well for me last year. So we'll see. Hopefully, I can get a result on Monday next week and keep this championship hopes alive.
Right about that. And the championship hunt going to be going for a few races. You think you'll be able to get the title at the end of the day?
Oof. If Chris keeps it on track, he should have it wrapped up. Guy's much faster than me in this car, and even in this race, he was pulling away from me after he came back out of the pits there. So I still don't doubt him for a second. He's definitely the guy to beat here, so that's what I'll be looking for.
Right about that. Well, our race winner at Watkins Glen, Kylo Ciacelli, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Just want to give a shout out to the team, Lima Boys Racing, Team Watson Racing, Premier Race Setups, and thanks to all the sponsors that don't know I put their logos on the car: DeChoco Farms, Cannabis Retail Store, Pit Viper, Petro Canada, Thrustmaster Fantech, and Logitech. Thank you very much.
We appreciate the time given by our race winner, Kylo Ciacelli, trying to get interviews from the remainder of the field, but they don't appear to be here at the moment, which is unfortunate because I'd love to hear what they have to say. I'm going to try to rope some of these drivers in, but it doesn't look like any of them are active in the Discord at the moment. And as we wait for that, we're going to be bringing the race results on your screen. So we're not going to be entirely lost for content as we close off our lap counter showing our results. For today's event, Kylo Ciacelli, the winner, qualified 4th, then Hayden Robinette, who qualified 3rd. Fifth qualifier is Nagisa Yoshikawa, who got that podium position wrapped up. Then Simon fell from last in qualifying. Marion McDaniels in fifth. Connor Melia, our pole sitter, net-coded out of the race. Sixth position. Then Chris Preston, our former points leader, qualified second and finished seventh. Jason Fryer, 8 laps down, finished in last, qualified sixth. Not a good day for that driver of the 53 machine. We're still going to be looking for our interviews with any of these drivers, but it doesn't look like any of them are going to be giving us one. And I think that's going to have to wrap up our broadcast. Unfortunately, going to wrap it up a little early. No drivers stopping by for an interview, but we appreciate all the support for those who are waiting for any. We got Kylo Ciacelli's perspective, 5 concurrent viewers. If you did enjoy the race, be sure to like, subscribe, the works. Always appreciated on this channel. And we hope to see you by next time. We are going to be going racing at Interlagos in this series. Of course, next stream on Wednesday with the IORA Formula One series. And that's going to be a fun one. That series always is. So, of course, from Fireball Talks NASCAR Live and Slow Broadcasting, we thank you for showing up to this broadcast. We're going to have a lot more like this in the future, and this championship hunt is just getting started. Let's see if your points have loaded up. We'll be getting them on your screen actually to conclude our broadcast, as they're going to be far different. It's going to be Kylo Ciacelli leading, that's for sure. We're going to be showing you by how much right now. I gotta say, a lot of shuffling in the points right now, and it's going to be shocking to look at it from a different perspective. Bringing up our points right now, Kylo Ciacelli leads Chris Preston by 3 points at the moment, and that's going to be the lead he needs with only one victory, 81 over 78. Hayden Robinette in third with 52 points, and Simon Fell with 49. Nagisa Yoshikawa has 41, Jason Fryer with 40, Connor Melia with 38. Wesley Shire has 36, Marion McDaniels has 31, and Aaron Stillwell has 30. James Watson has 27 points, Noah Tansman has 11, Ethan Oring has 10, and rounding at the points once more, Tony Patty has only 9 points. The points have definitely shuffled, and the racing is as good as it was before. We hope to see you back here on Monday and for any future stream. In the time being, this is Fireball Talks NASCAR Live, and we thank you for the support. We hope you have a great day with whatever is next to come.